Hot. What is unfolding is a quiet yet troubling shift across the entire region. Wild boars are not appearing at random. They are arriving from multiple directions at once, as if this whole landscape has already been etched into their movement map. Fresh tracks sink deep into the damp soil. Heavy footsteps echo close to residential fences, repeating night after night. The most frightening aspect is not their numbers, but the sense that the boundary of safety is slowly eroding. When a threat presses so close to living spaces, any impulsive reaction becomes dangerous. Chasing or confronting them directly at this stage solves nothing. It only increases the risk to both people and livestock. That is why a different option is chosen, not hasty action, but calculated control. Instead of reacting on instinct, the area is clearly segmented. Movement corridors are identified. Familiar crossing points used by the herds are marked. Humans step back, leaving the most dangerous part to the system. Control tools are not deployed to catch as many as possible, but to slow movement, guide direction, and keep the situation within manageable limits. The operation does not begin with noise, but with silence. Along the forest edge, where old trails crisscross like a web, suspended traps are discreetly installed. They are not meant to hold the entire herd. They function as invisible signals, forcing the boars to adjust their pace. Once triggered, the herd is compelled to slow down, change direction, and reveal the main route they are using. In the low-lying areas, where wild boars often split into small groups to forage quickly, traditional corral traps form enclosed zones. Their task is not to end the situation entirely, but to keep smaller groups in place. Immediate pressure is reduced. The land is no longer constantly churned up. Damage does not continue to spread. Closest to residential areas, the most sensitive zone, a remotely controlled smart corral trap is placed at a central point. Discreet and difficult to detect, it serves as the final lock. Every movement path must pass through this area before reaching human living space. This is a point that requires no direct human approach, even in low light or limited visibility. As dusk falls, the first signal appears from the forest edge. A suspended trap is triggered. There is no chaos. No loud noise. But the signal confirms one crucial fact: the herd is moving exactly as predicted. The forward scouting group is slowed, causing the herd behind it to split and hesitate. From that moment on, the entire system comes into operation. Without this initial layer of control, the herd could have reached residential areas in a very short time. In the low fields, corral traps begin to take effect. Several small groups are held in place. Pressure decreases noticeably. But as numbers increase, the limits of each tool gradually become apparent.
One more time. Ooh, smashing the head.
No one rushes to intervene further. Everyone understands that no single measure can control the entire situation. The most important piece has not yet been deployed. Detection devices register movement at the intersections of multiple routes. The boars grow more cautious, more alert, yet they continue into the prepared zone. At that moment, the smart corral trap is activated remotely. There is no panic. No spread. Within a short time, the main group is contained. Most importantly, no one has to approach directly under unsafe conditions. At this stage, the trap is no longer merely a control tool. It becomes the final layer of protection for the community. The following morning, the fields show no new signs of destruction. The situation concludes not through confrontation or force, but through an understanding of behavior, planned control, and responsible intervention. In wild boar management, sustainable solutions do not come from humans standing face to face with nature. They come from knowing when to step back and allowing systems to handle the most dangerous tasks.
This is what we're dealing with.
Danger no longer begins at the edge of forests or in remote fields. It now appears right in the places where people work every day. When a herd of wild boars moves straight into the city center, overturning trash bins and damaging property, this is no longer just a story about crop loss. It is a clear sign that the situation is approaching a tipping point, forcing people to act immediately to prevent further risk. At first, small box traps were set up to capture wild boars. Residents chose this type of trap because it was compact and suitable for the local terrain. But after just a few days of observation, only a handful of bold individuals were caught. Around them were fresh tracks showing the rest of the herd escaping across fields and roads. Once it became clear that small traps could not control the entire herd, a change in strategy was unavoidable. Instead of targeting individual animals, the goal shifted toward controlling the entire herd within a defined space. Thick, heavy steel panels were used to build a large trap. The steel mesh was securely welded to withstand the pressure of multiple animals pushing at the same time. The gate was designed to drop quickly, firmly, and without hesitation. After the trap structure was completed, the next critical step was bait placement. Corn, fermented grains, or other strong-scented feed was placed deep in the center of the trap. This positioning forced the herd to move fully inside rather than stopping at the entrance to observe. Once the bait was set, all human presence was removed to avoid leaving unfamiliar scents behind. During the first nights, the herd did not enter right away. The boars approached slowly, circling the trap and stopping frequently to observe with caution. It often took several nights for the herd to become comfortable with the trap's presence. At this stage, the most important action for people was patience, waiting for the right moment. When the gate finally dropped, it had to happen in an instant. The entire herd was enclosed at once. The boars reacted by running in circles inside the trap, and some attempted to push against the steel panels in an effort to break free, but without success. Cameras recorded the entire sequence, from the initial confusion to the moment the herd settled into a controlled space. This is the key difference between a carefully planned trap and a rushed reaction. If the structure is weak, the gate unstable, or the timing incorrect, the herd quickly learns how to overcome it. But when the trap holds firm and the activation is precise, the period of panic is brief. After that, all movement is effectively controlled. As the sun rose, residents returned to the site to assess the situation. The herd was then transferred to a secured transport area in accordance with local wildlife management regulations. Every detail, from the number of animals to transport timing and final destination, was carefully documented. The herd was moved to a designated management facility equipped to continue handling the situation under legal and ecological guidelines. In wild boar management, understanding the problem and intervening at the right time is the key to success. When planning and execution are carried out responsibly, well-designed traps can reduce conflict, protect communities, and help maintain long-term ecological balance. What do you think about this approach? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to follow how people manage and adapt to the challenges of living alongside nature.